Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and there's no sunrise, no orange glow on the horizon, no sunlight at all, just darkness. That's the world we'd live in if the sun disappeared for just one single day. Sounds scary, right? But let's find out what would actually happen step by step. Spoiler, it's way weirder than you think. First, let's get one thing straight. If the sun literally vanished, like poof, gone, we wouldn't notice right away. That's because light takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to Earth. So for a little while, we'd still see daylight like nothing happened. Then suddenly the sky would go dark, like someone flipped a cosmic light switch. Now you might be thinking, wouldn't Earth just freeze instantly? Not quite. Our planet is basically a giant slow cooker. The oceans, the ground, even the air, all store a ton of heat. For 24 hours without sunlight, Earth would cool down, but not into an ice cube. The average temperature might drop a few degrees, but nothing that would wipe us out. In fact, it would feel kind of like a really cold winter night, except everywhere. But here's the real problem. Photosynthesis would stop. Plants and algae rely on sunlight, and without it, the food chain hiccups. Luckily, 24 hours isn't long enough for plants to die, but if you've got a houseplant, don't expect it to be happy about this experiment. Meanwhile, animals, including us, would be seriously confused. Birds that wake up at sunrise wouldn't know what to do. Roosters, silent. Your morning commute, pitch black chaos. Imagine millions of people driving to work with headlights on at 8 a.m. It would feel like one giant global night shift. And then there's space. Without the sun, our solar system changes in a pretty dramatic way. Remember, gravity. The sun's mass is what keeps Earth in orbit. If it really disappeared, Earth would stop circling and shoot off in a straight line, like a race car losing its tether. But here's the kicker. We wouldn't notice that change right away either. Just like light, gravity's effects also take 8 minutes to reach us. After that, Earth would be drifting through space, which is cool but also terrifying. Now let's talk mood. Humans are deeply tied to sunlight. Without it, our bodies stop producing enough vitamin D, and our internal clocks, called circadian rhythms, go haywire. In just 24 hours, people would feel groggy, anxious, and maybe even a little depressed. Imagine millions of people with jet lag at the same time. Not fun. But here comes the surprising part. The night sky. Normally, the sun outshines almost everything, even in daytime. Without it, we'd finally see stars, millions of them, twinkling across the sky in broad daylight. The Milky Way would stretch across the horizon, and for the first time ever, most humans would witness just how small and fragile Earth really is. Honestly, it might be beautiful enough to distract us from the panic. By the 24th hour, though, things would get tense. Crops would be stressed, power grids would be overloaded because everyone's blasting heaters and lights, and global communication systems might falter. Luckily, the sun would pop back into existence right on schedule, like it just went on vacation. Plants would resume photosynthesis, birds would start chirping again, and humanity would collectively sigh in relief. So, would we survive? Yes. Earth wouldn't become a frozen wasteland in just 24 hours. The real danger would come if the sun stayed gone for weeks or months. But for one day, it would be confusing, scary, and kind of awe-inspiring. We'd learn just how dependent we are on that giant ball of fire in the sky. So what's the takeaway? If the sun disappeared for 24 hours, Earth wouldn't end. But life would feel very different. It would remind us that every sunrise is a miracle we take for granted. What about you? Would you spend that day in bed under a blanket or outside stargazing at the most incredible sky humanity's ever seen? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this little trip into cosmic what-if territory, hit that like button, subscribe for more science adventures, and share this video with a friend who always forgets sunscreen. Because trust me, after this story, they'll be begging for the sun to come back.